really think about the best, toughest friendships you have, and was there a moment where you trauma bonded at the beginning of the relationship? Because really, sometimes it has a way of bringing you two together.
No,
if you guys can partake in some healthy conflict resolution together, even though it wasn't healthy on the other side, but together, we were able to stick together and really fight off these fucking grown-ass adults. Like, it's just insane to me that we were able to do that at the age of 18. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Wait, I want to know, like, how many people from the Bay Area listen to us? Because I know we have some, and, like, our friends don't count, obvi, but, like, you can comment, baby. Like,
I want to hear your thought, yes.
Yeah, but, like, I would like to know who, because if you didn't know, we're from the Bay Area.
Yes.
And if you don't know where that is, it's Northern California, specifically, like, San Francisco area.
San Francisco, right?
Yeah, so, like, that's, like, the Bay. That's the Bay.
Yeah.
The Bay.
The Bay.
A Bay.
A Bay Bay.
And if you don't know A Bay, that's a song. Who's it by? The one that was in the fake airplane. Right?
No. It was by some, like, rando.
No.
Yes.
It was a one-hit wonder?
Yeah, it was like a one-hit wonder type of deal.
Not my A Bay.
For sure.
That lyric runs through my head.
Lives rent-free in my head.
Yeah. I hope he's doing
A Bay.
All right, well, welcome back.
Can I just say, before I even knew really what throwing my ass in a circle was, I was trying to throw it in a circle to this song. It still don't go for a circle, but she was really trying, and I was like 10.
No, truly.
Really thought I was doing something
The Bay Area
out here.
is just like something different.
Yeah,
like,
the
truly.
hyphy movement.
You guys, it's insane. It's insane.
Untouchable. Don't talk, like...
Watch yourself.
Right. Don't talk to me about my culture and this culture of the Bay Area.
Oh, man. How's it going?
It's good. Okay, I had a really good weekend, and I just want to talk briefly about, there are times when you go out in social settings, right, with, like, lots of people. And I feel like me in the pandemic, you know, I've been working remotely full time, so I don't really be out there that much, even though I've always considered myself an extrovert and a very social person, right?
Yeah.
But now when I be going out here in the streets and I see even like 3 people, I'm like, oh my God, it's so much, like, it's a lot of energy, and it really drains me a lot. But this weekend, I went and saw some people, and I actually felt replenished.
That's how you know that's that good energy.
Yeah, and I feel like that doesn't happen often.
Yeah,
so I'm feeling very beautiful. I'm feeling very beautiful with my energy right now.
Oh, because, like, they, like, poured into you.
Yeah.
And I agree. It does not happen often. Like, you really have to be in a solid place in your life to be able to pour into other people while also exuding this positive energy yourself.
Yes.
Because I will say there's also, like, that fake positivity where they're, like, around you, and because they're around you, they want to be really positive and, like, have good energy. But, like, you could tell that, like, internally they're not doing too hot. So, like, this specific instance that you're talking about where you could tell they're feeling good, so they have enough energy to go around. Yeah. And you end up leaving the function feeling energized. Like, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Like, I know for extroverts, they replenish themselves through external engagements. And then for introverts, it's the opposite. For us, we really refill our cup when we're alone. But I can only imagine, like, how good it feels for an extrovert that is outside, and whoever they're, you know, around, the group that they're around is, like, pouring into them. Like, almost like you get to go home and have even more fun by yourself because you just had so much fun outside. Yeah. Whereas for introverts, it's, like, the opposite.
Yeah. I feel like, though, so often, me personally, as an extrovert, I feel like I pour into people often. Yeah. So very rarely do I feel people are pouring back into
You get to
me,
experience the same thing, yeah.
So it was just like I just soaked it all in like a little sponge, and that's something that I haven't really been able to do in a long time. Yeah. And it was so nice and warm to just be around these people's energy. Like, it literally, like, I just feel refreshed.
And you're going to remember.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
1,000%. And this energy too will like last me for a while. I feel like that's the other thing about, I mean, I can speak for myself. When I am in a social setting and I feel like I'm with my friends and they really are feeding me in the way, like, that shit will carry me for months until like I get to see them again or I experience that kind of interaction again, you know? And I'm just so appreciative that I got that energy because I hadn't gotten it in a really long time and going out.
Yeah. It's almost like a plant. Like, you know what I mean? You water that plant and like you give it enough love, like it's going to last that plant like a while. Whereas if it's someone that doesn't know this plant, like they don't know how often to water it, they don't know how much to give it. So like when you do have that first experience with the group and it ends up being like that, you kind of feel like you lucked out. Like,
right.
Holy shit, this was such a good time. Like I had no idea. Because most of the time when I feel like as people, we are expecting to go out and we're like, honestly, even with your best friends, if you're going out, you don't know what the energy is going to be like.
Facts.
Like it's kind of a risk going out. Like
risky
you have these like, I feel like the younger you are, you're so on edge personally that you're just like,
doesn't matter.
Whatever
You're
happens, it's gonna hit.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna hit. Like, and like the older you get, you do understand that it may not hit, it may not be fun, the energy might be off. You know what I mean? You just it's a risk going out. But you know, you have obligations or you're going with people. You told them you'd go. So you show up and you kind of hope for the best. So like when this happens, you kind of feel like, oh my God, I was meant to be here today.
Yeah,
like
literally.
Today was a good day.
Right. Like, oh my God, our energy was meant to find each other.
Yeah.
And I love when that happens because it's like, it was in some way spontaneous. I was not expecting this to happen at all.
Oh, so you have a new best friend.
I just feel like I have a new family.
I'm not jealous. I'm not the jealous type.
Don't lie to the people.
Oh, no. I'm not jealous.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Let me just get a little
No, I'm
before.
so happy for you. I'm just kidding. No, I am.
No, I actually told Sarah when I came back from this weekend, you know, when I first met Sarah's mom, her family in general, her mom gave me this hug that was just
soul fulfilling,
so warm and like welcoming and accepting and
pure.
Yes.
My mom is very
genuine.
pure,
like such a pure energy and loving, you know? And like how can I read all that in a hug? You know when you hug that type of person.
You do. And me having experienced my mother and knowing how everyone's experienced her in her life, even people that have done her so wrong, she truly is the most genuine person I know.
Yeah.
So I know what you mean. She just accepts you.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people want to be accepted.
Yeah.
It's a loving energy. It's
It
so
is.
simple.
It's so
Accepting someone is so simple, but it's so loving and powerful.
Right. Well, I feel like some people accept you not because it's like their true intentions, though, you know? And I feel like...
What do you mean?
I mean, I feel like some people do things to be liked or to get certain people's like acceptance. And I genuinely feel like sometimes even if they're like connecting and trying to reach out with me, like they have hidden
agendas,
motives, and
they
agendas.
want to be perceived as someone who checks on you, accepts you.
And I genuinely feel like I can feel that in a hug and in someone's communication.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
I felt that with your mother, and you can speak from how you know her and how she's experienced other people. And for the first time in fucking 10 years from when I hugged your mom, I felt that energy again when I hugged these people. Like, it was crazy. And that was the closest thing I could relate it
feels right.
to. It was like so warm. And they don't know me, but they accepted me for all that I was. And it was beautiful.
It feels really comforting, especially because, you know, like in life, there are people that you're around all the time that don't make you feel this way, which is a very, like, I feel like hard thing to grasp and really problematic in the sense that you get something from someone that you just met that you don't get from people that you've known for years.
Yeah.
And you can really look the other way and pretend that didn't happen.
Right.
Or you could be like, oh, like, I feel so safe with this person. Why am I around these people that never make me feel like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But some people have never experienced it. And not that specific thing. Many things.
Yes,
Sometimes you really have not experienced a certain kind of bond or a certain type of love in like your first 20 years, 30 years, 10 years of life. And you meet people and you experience it. You're like, this is possible?
Yeah.
Like someone can make me feel this way?
Right.
Like I didn't know this was possible.
Yeah.
And I think it really can happen when you, let's say, don't have a good relationship with your mom or you lost your parent, your dad, like whatever it may be, like, and you finally experience what it could have been, I think it feels, I can speak on personal level that it feels really, really, at first it feels odd and then it feels fulfilling.
Yeah.
Like a part of me is complete. Like I deserve to feel that way.
Yeah.
And this person made me feel that way.
Yeah.
Like that's so nice and I fucking accept that with my whole heart. But if you don't and you feel like you're undeserving and maybe you're not healed yet, you will feel off. You will feel weird. You will feel like, why are you giving me this love? Like I've never experienced that and you're a complete stranger or like I don't even know you that much. Like how are you making me feel this way? You'll kind of like reject it until you realize that you deserve it. And that feels really nice because you know that that's not the last person that's going to make you feel that way.
Literally. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. I just feel like because it's literally the best feeling ever when you find those people who really understand and accept you in that way. And I can say for all of my people, it was in the most random way. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I met you in the most random way, completely fucking changed my life. I met my partner in the most random way, and
Same,
like,
yeah. Oh my God, I can't even imagine my life without the people that I met later in life.
Yeah.
The few people that I love and that are my family. And I say this all the time, yo, I have a big ass family. So when I call people family, like, I mean that shit. Because I really don't need any more fucking family.
She got a whole family. Whole ass family.
So the fact that I have, oh my God, the blessing of having a family and then having people that I meet later in life that become family to me, I never take that shit for granted.
Yeah.
Like, I truly, like, when I meditate, when I pray every day, I really say every person that I'm grateful for. Because I know that there's people in this life that are still searching for people to accept them and love them. And I hope they find it because they deserve it.
Hell yeah.
So, like, I never, ever, ever want to live this life and neglect, like, the beautiful people, the soul-fulfilling type of connections that have made their way to me that I wasn't raised with, because you have your family and then you have your chosen family.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And also, I feel like being able to live in that power even after they pass.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I'm also trying to, like, learn to be okay with as an adult, which is really freaking hard. Because obviously it's not easy losing people.
At all.
And, I mean, I hate to kind of say it like this, but in some ways, obviously not in some ways, people die every day. But when we feel connected to the person that dies, it completely shifts our world. And we have a very hard time understanding how other people can move from then, Because I feel like when it's happened to me, my whole world stopped, right? And I'm like, how do they not know this connection? How do they not know this was my whole life, right? Like, that is such a hard feeling to sit with and be okay to let go of.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm a person who loves my connections. You know what I mean? That's how we started this whole podcast. Like, that shit fulfills me. My partnerships fulfill me. My relationships fulfill the fuck out of me. And when they're gone, or when I have a fucking friend breakup or a boyfriend breakup back in the day, that would tear me.
Yeah, because it's goodbye.
Yeah.
And
Lives are hard.
They are, and I think death is a very hard thing to really understand and make peace with because it's a goodbye that you don't get a second chance with. Ugh. Like as someone who lost her dad when she was young, like I experienced death on a very personal level, a sudden death too, very young. So like my relationship with death is a little bit different than most people's. But I kind of had to like make my peace with death because like that's the only way I would have really been okay with the fact that I was unlucky enough to lose a parent that early. That's the best way for me to describe it now. Mm-hmm. But like I used to be angry about it. But like you just truly have to understand that like it's not a goodbye. Like it's a see you soon. And you're in a better, like, I mean, everyone has a different type of relationship with afterlife, whether they believe in it, what they think of death, whatever it may be. Yeah. So I can only speak on my personal experience in the sense that I know it's not goodbye. And like, I truly believe that we are spiritual beings having a human experience on earth. So this is just really a chapter of our life. So really, like, where they're at is that long-term shit. Like, that's how I always think of it, is like, I can't wait to see you. And like, when it happens, it's going to be so magical. But clearly I have a little more to learn in this life. And like, on earth, we have, you know, all these like earthly temptations and like, you know what I mean? We have these egos. So like, you can really learn a lot about yourself and your soul here. But when I do get to see them again, everything's going to feel so natural. Like, I'm not going to feel like I have to one up anything, or like I have to feel like I have to prove anything. It's going to be a very natural introduction, you know, back into their life and then back into my life. But like here, I feel like we get so caught up on everything that's going on. So when they're gone permanently, we have this guilt of like, well, I could have talked to them more. Yeah. Well, I could have built that relationship more. Well, why do they have to go now? I was going to learn so much. I wanted them to see me go through that. You know what I mean? You like almost feel like you don't get to experience them anymore in this lifetime, but you do, just not in the same way that you did when both of you were on this physical realm. Yeah. Like, they're still very much there, and there's still so much you can communicate with people on the other side that you may not be able to do it verbally, but energetically, emotionally, I wholeheartedly believe that like we can really communicate with our loved ones on the other side. Yeah. But like, we just have to realize that like it's not the same type of communication. And that's very hard for us to understand. Yeah. Like, we want to communicate the same way. Well, every other being I'm experiencing here, I'm communicating this way. Why is it with you? I got to be all spiritual and shit. Yeah. But it's like, just because it's different doesn't mean it's not communication.
Right, and it's not real and you're not feeling it.
Absolutely. Like, for the first time, just to share with you guys, like 2 weeks ago, I actually had an appointment with a medium, and it's not just any medium. It's a medium that my family has gone to previously. So like, she's done work with my family before. And I had an appointment with just her. So it was just her and me. And it was so powerful. Like, to this day, I think about it. It was obviously emotional, powerful. And to this day, I think about it. I'm like, I just communicated with like my dad and my grandma and my other. Like, that's so crazy to think about. Like, yeah, we weren't sitting in front of each other, looking at each other like back and forth, but they were feeling my energy. I was feeling their energy. Right. They were telling me what they're feeling. I was telling them what I'm feeling. Like, I'm not saying go find a medium, because do what you want to do, but I'm saying there's people on this earth that have gifts that you can't even comprehend. Yeah. And I think we're all gifted. I don't think it's just certain people. I think depending on who you are, what you've gone through, obviously it'll be different for you to tap into that gift, but I think we're all gifted. So if you're interested and you feel like it's time for you to communicate with someone in that way, do it. If you're not into it at all, you don't believe in it, don't do it. But at the end of the day, I guess what I'm really trying to say to kind of wrap up this conversation about death is that, like, they're not gone. Yeah. Maybe this is a lie I'm telling to myself, but I don't think I am, because I feel my family. Yeah. They're not gone. We just don't see them. We don't experience them in the same way that we did when they were living on Earth.
Yeah, 1,000%. And I will say one last thing about this conversation of death and relatives. I love the way you and Scorpios in general speak about death. It makes me feel very comforted, because I feel like you guys obviously have seen darker times and you've gotten comfortable with that. And I don't know, I guess I'm like in respect and like awe of you and other people and other Scorpios who are confident with this, because that's something I'm not personally confident with. And you know, I've told you this multiple times. It always makes me feel more comfortable when we talk about it. And I know it's the case for other people too. Like, so many people have an issue with this.
For good reason.
For 1,000% good reason. And I just appreciate the way that you always speak about it. So thank you for making me feel comfortable with it.
Oh my gosh. Of course. I love you too. And anything I can do. Like, honestly, I think every single one of us on this earth, there's certain things that we understand that we can really help other people feel comfortable with, you know? Like, every single one of us has that. One of mine is death. Like, and maybe it's because I had to go through it so young. Maybe it's because I'm a Scorpio. Maybe it's both. But like, either way, I genuinely love sharing my perspective with people so they can just feel more comfortable with it.
And you do that.
Good.
Especially with this particular topic. So.
Good. Oh, that makes me so happy. Love y'all.
Y'all just like a real moment of what of
like a real.
Like real.
It's
like,
so real. It's not
like
even
literally like.
Oh my god, stop. Wait. Have they when are we posting this? Did you guys watch the most used word for each sign video yet? Because if you didn't, like literally and fuck were like in them.
Like fuck also
and now
fuck.
I can't even think of those words as the same. Like I like.
No, all of mine are completely true. Why, like, and fuck. I regularly.
Same.
Yeah.
Actually, like,
literally.
Fuck, literally, actually.
I think we just summed up our personalities in 3 words.
Actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so since it's like Mercury retrograde and like every other fucking retrograde ever.
All retrograde.
Like it's retrograde season. Me and Maya were talking about. We're talking about a time in our lives that was rough, exciting, and really surprising in many ways. And maybe we've talked about it before in one other video, but I think I just want to talk about it. It's story time. I think you guys like stories. Yeah. And it's a story about the first time me and Maya actually lived together. So if you're new here, me and Maya, we met in the freshman dorms in college. And while we lived on the same floor, like 3 rooms away, we didn't technically live together.
Correct.
So the story I'm talking about is sophomore year of college when we decided that we're going to move into an apartment, on-campus apartment with 2 other girls. One of them being my best friend from high school.
Beckham.
The other girl was a random. So I mean... I don't... Is that mean?
No, but she was a random.
Like, we ended up becoming friends later, but, like, at that moment in time, like...
she only was a part of the thing because of your bestie at the time.
It was. Like, but, like, at the end of the day, in freshman year of college, me and my best friend... ex-best friend now from high school came to college. We met Maya. We become like a triplet. You know what I mean? But really, like, me and Maya were like bonding in ways that was we were just bonding in ways that was incomparable to really anyone on campus. Like we're like that's my girl.
Right. That's my soul sister.
And you know, that hits different probably when like you already came there with your best friend from like high school.
Yeah.
Who was like low key like a shitty friend. Everyone grows. This is not the type of story time where I'm going to be like, fuck that bitch.
No.
Because, like, that's so long ago. And honestly, I hope she's doing well. But, like, at that moment in time, shit was a little toxic. More on someone else's end. I'll let you decide who. But, yeah, either way. So, we were going to move into an apartment with 2 bedrooms, which means we needed a 4th person.
Yeah.
And last minute... my ex-best friend, she just found a girl. Like, she just picked her. Like, and not to say this girl there's anything wrong with her. She was cool. She was a party girl.
Nice, yeah.
But we weren't, like, we didn't know her enough to be like, yeah.
I remember.
It's the 4 of us, baby. It's the 4 of us.
Obviously, I was so excited to be moving in with Sarah.
Yeah.
There have already been a little bit of some issues with the bestie. So I was like, okay, like,
even with me and that girl, too.
Right.
Oh, wait, that's what really led to it. Go ahead.
Right. But I was like, okay, you know, I'm excited to move with my bestie here at the end of the day, right? But I remember having a conversation with you. I was like, who's this girl? Like, she a rando. Like, I'm going to live with her. And that was the deal. I was going to live with the rando in a room.
That is so weird.
And Sarah was going to live with her bestie in the other room. Okay, that was the situation that we agreed upon.
Yeah. I don't know how you said yes to that.
I don't know.
Now I'm thinking about it right now.
I love you.
No. And I love you, but that's so wild.
No, it was so...
But the thing is, it's not like you were out here socializing with other people.
No, for sure.
This ex-bestie was one of those girls that just, like, she, like, trusted everyone, got along with everyone, like, friends with everyone. Yeah. So, like, that's how she got her pick of the litter, you know? And, like...
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, in some ways, it ended up working out because she actually paid rent. You know what I mean?
No. She was very
say that
responsible.
For all of our other roommates.
No, we really couldn't. She was great in that sense, but it was just a very random ordeal.
Very.
But that's how it was just, like, given. Like, the situation was... Right. Of course, me and my best friend from high school are going to live together, and they're going to live together. It's okay. And then what happened was, this was the summer before, you know, sophomore year. So we got our apartment, like, you know, a month before school started. And around this time, I was going to summer school. Who goes to summer school, like, in college? Like, Sarah, relax.
Sometimes
Either way.
Summer school.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing that shit. So I was doing that.
Yeah.
You did summer school in college? Mm-hmm. Which one did you take?
I took an English class.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, so you went to LA and you took summer school too?
No, I was up in San Francisco still.
Oh,
I
so it was later.
Yeah,
it wasn't sophomore year.
Yeah, no,
okay.
It wasn't sophomore
Got
year.
it.
I think I took a junior year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sophomore.
Okay, yeah.
Summer. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, why did I take summer school in my old home? Like it was great because I was trying hard
for sure.
Anyway, so yeah, I was in my hometown with my ex-best friend, and we knew we were gonna move in with these gals. I was excited, and really shit came to the head during that summer. Like when a friendship breakup is just like, it's said and done, baby. Like, we over. Now, imagine that happening and, like, building up throughout all of our friendship. And, like, there was things that I already knew, like, red flags that I knew, but I was just she was my comfort in this new phase in my life, so I wasn't willing to let her go. But, like, I realized during that summer, like, you're just a shitty friend, and I don't know why I'm lying to myself. Like, I don't need you. Like, like, it's not worth it for me to, like, have your friendship when you're such a fake-ass, mean-ass bitch.
Right.
Is how I felt at that time. I'm not saying she's that now.
But that's how it was like that time. So
she really was, and I wasn't the only one telling it. Either way, so this is when I really had texted Maya. And Maya was, as she said, she had already gone through some shit with her. Like, there was a lot of betrayal and just bad shit happening there. It was a very weird place for me because as a Scorpio, I'm loyal. This is my best friend. I really fuck with her, but this is my best friend of years. Exactly.
Right.
So
it's like, we got this connection.
Exactly. So then, after I went through this breakup with her, mind you, we had already signed the lease for this apartment. I text Maya. I'm like, Maya, first of all, fuck this bitch. I fucking hate her. Like, I don't want to live with her. I can't believe this is happening. Like, this is something that I've never, ever, like, verbally said to Maya. Because, like, I feel like it's very extreme to tell a new friend, like, yeah, the best friend that I've been best friends with for years, like, fuck her. Like, I'm not doing this lightly.
Right.
Is what I'm really trying to say.
Yeah, because even after the big blow up of the thing that happened, like, I feel like you guys were still...
Yeah, I was being
in my
cordial.
mind, yeah, the thing that was, to me, that ended my friendship with her. Like, you had loyalty to her still, which made sense to me.
Yeah.
But then you called me and were like, this it.
I was like, I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
So we decided.
So, essentially, so Maya had already moved into our apartment at that moment in time because she was the only one that was moving to college from LA, and we were all Bay Area girls, so we were like an hour away at most from campus.
So easier for them to move in.
Exactly.
Naturally.
So Maya had already moved in. And there was really two rooms, a master bedroom with a walk-in closet and a beautiful view, and the other bedroom.
And the personal bathroom.
Exactly, in the other bedroom. And, I mean, I get it. I get why you did what you did. You moved in first. You get first pick. No one really talked about it.
No, we didn't.
No one talked about it at all. And no, there was nothing written in the contract that said these two will move into that room, Yeah. It was kind of just expected, which is really weird if you think about it, now that I think about it. Because one of those rooms is clearly bigger than the other, and the person that is living in that bigger room, those people should be paying more. But that wasn't discussed. So everything was very even.
Yeah.
And these are literally 18-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So Maya had already moved in there. So when I told her that, she was like, I'm like, Maya, I can't believe I have to live in the same room as her. Like, this is crazy. I don't
She's like, I don't want that.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't live a whole year with her. She's so toxic.
Right. And I was just like, well, you should just move into this room. Why not?
It's so funny the way your tone is.
Same rent.
Because I think it's hilarious that, like, you
It was
haven't
a little
been
more
sitting on
sinister.
that. No. Like, you were, and I was too, probably in some capacity, but it was just so funny because I feel like that was best case scenario.
Oh, yeah. For sure. I mean, yeah.
I mean, for me too, what I knew at that moment in time, I just could never imagine myself not living with my best friend of years.
Right.
In a room full of two other girls. Even though I loved Maya, I've only known her for like a year.
Yeah.
As opposed to someone I've known for hella years. It just didn't seem right to me. It just seemed immoral. So when that happened, I was like, fuck her. And when Maya said that, I was like, absolutely I do. Absolutely
I do. Can I just say I knew that's when the tables turned?
Oh,
She came over to
that
the
was-
light
I'm not gonna lie.
side.
That was a
to the good side. That was a shift.
that was a checkmate.
That was a shift.
That was you looking at her across the fucking checkmate, bitch.
Not even that it was so like
It wasn't even
planned
planned
for me, but she was so planned and calculated. I feel like she thought that I was moving that way, and I
Yeah.
was like, I'm just.
The funny thing is, it was her fault. She fumbled the bag.
She
Be a
did.
good person.
She did.
And we could have been cool, but you just kept showing how much of a bad friend
Right.
you were. So
I'm
like,
a genuine good friend.
no, literally, like, why would I want to be around that
Shut up.
energy?
Yeah.
You know? But y'all, this ain't even the best part.
I
of the
showed
show.
it was
This is-
about.
this
This
is
ain't
the-
even the best part.
This
Legit.
this is the setup. This is the setup, baby. I'll let you continue, Maya. I've been talking a lot.
Okay,
So I move in.
She moves in. Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm getting to right now. Okay, so Sarah and I, we decide, right? And I'm like, in the back of my mind, silently.
Best time of my life.
Great. And we're like, okay, let's fucking celebrate. Like, we gonna design our room. Like, we gonna set it up real cute. I was excited because, you know, not that we lived together, but I saw how she lived in the dorm, right? So she liked to keep her stuff clean. She was very aesthetic like me. I was like, oh, our room could be fucking fire. So our Libra asses were like, how are we gonna arrange? We set it up in the most
Our room
fire,
was so cute.
cutest way.
Our room was so cute. We had the best view.
Oh my God,
We were like on the second to highest level in
Yes,
the apartment complex.
yeah. Down near penthouse. Okay.
Lake on the other side.
Right. It was stunning. And
Oh my god.
we were relishing in it. I think we were
We whipped out the fucking bong
Yes.
and a bottle.
Okay, yes. She said it. There you go. And we took a lit ass picture like,
Yeah.
hey, look at our new life.
I'm not even gonna lie. I've always been like if we're fighting, and maybe it's the Mars energy in me.
Yeah.
If I know it's right now, it's me against you, even if it's short term. But this wasn't short term.
Because you knew when
Guys,
you
I
posted that
knew.
picture.
Oh, you think I didn't know? I knew what I was starting. I want people to understand that, like, if I've made a decision that may not be the most popular decision or the most respected decision, I'm gonna share that decision.
She made her fucking
because I don't
decision.
like it when people think I move, like I slither and I try to hide what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because what we did was a risk, and I was willing to bank on that risk. I was like, and here's a picture of me and my bestie
Well-
in our new room.
My Sagittarius ass, I'm like, if you want to be factual about it, break it down.
Yeah.
Quite literally, we did not sign anything.
We did it.
To say, you have to
this
live
room,
with this
yeah.
person, and I have to live with this person, and you're in this room, and I'm in this room. So.
No, there was nothing signed, so there was nothing official, which ultimately at the end saved what we did. Like, you know what I mean? But
they tried to bully us.
yeah, anyway, we're going to get there. So we post it, and lo and behold, both my ex-best friend and the other girl are like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, our phones
what?
start going crazy.
Blown up. What's happening? Why are you in these rooms together? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Meanwhile, me and my room's looking cute.
Looking cute.
We're feeling
I think
a little
we got
lit.
we got
went
another
out.
bottle.
Yeah, we
got some groceries, and
Yeah, we
that's
did.
when we got the fucking.
Yeah, because we went outside. We were in the
Yeah.
grocery store. Mm-hmm. And at this moment in time, that is when will you give me the honors of introducing this, Maya?
That's when I got a special little voicemail.
She got a voicemail from
A grown ass.
at this moment in time we can call her a Karen.
Right. Oh yes, she was a Karen.
She was a certified
my
hired Karen.
God.
And I just have to set this up in the sense that when I say my ex-best friend at the time, she liked to talk to anyone and would really use anyone to benefit her.
She's not
Summer of after freshman year of college, she had randomly become friends with this like 50-year-old woman. I really don't know how they met. This woman, like, she'd go to her house and sometimes she'd drink or like
Yeah.
for the life of me, I swear to God, I don't know what the connection was here. She just would find random people and she'd be friends with them.
Yeah.
And she had become friends with this woman. And like, y'all, this woman called Maya and left her a voicemail.
Threatening me,
you,
and us.
Like talking about you little bitches better move out of that house or I'm gonna come beat both of you up.
Right.
Like cussing us out. Like we're 18 and we have this like 50-year-old woman you couldn't make this shit up.
Right.
And we didn't know what the fuck was going on. Either way, we were moving out.
Oh no, and I was not getting out the fuck about that room.
Who the fuck do I look like?
Especially after you leave me this this random person leaves me a threatening ass voicemail. Excuse me, you see her? You see me? We ain't backing down.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm sorry.
I mean, this is really like our friendship began freshman year, really. But truly, after this time, after what we experienced here, the trauma bond was unbreakable. We trauma bonded over this shit, you guys. Because I didn't even tell my family. I'm just like, this is scary, but I'm gonna handle it like.
Right. And I'm gonna just say the way that we protected each other and held our own and looked after each other in that moment. Yeah, we bonded. Scary. I was like, it was fucking scary because
she
we
was
were there.
The fuck out of us.
And there were adults, there were mothers there.
Yeah, so literally like a day after.
Lord.
Yeah, they made it, like, obviously the room was way bigger, and when we knew that, like, they were coming, me and Maya were like, let's, like, fuck up the way we set up the room. Let's like, change the way it looks.
Make it not look as good as it did.
Because it looked too good. We're like, oh, we don't want them to think that we have this much space. Like, it looks
right.
We literally make that shit so messy. And then literally, like, 2 days later, these girls had the audacity to show up with their moms.
Their mothers.
While we're there alone. We have no parental figure backing us up.
Right.
Their moms and them come, and they're, like, all yelling at us. And me and Maya...
Grown-ass women.
Literally. Like, why
yelling
how
at
is this
us
fair? 18-year-olds.
19-year-olds. And they have their daughters all up in our face as well.
Literally.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
I will never forget. I don't remember what exactly she said to me, but when your best friend stepped up in my face and she was like putting her finger and you stepped in front of me, you were like, no! You get out of her face! And again, the moms are there. Their moms are there. Okay? This girl ran up on me from across the room, tried to push up on me.
She charged her.
She pushed up
from
on
the other side of the room, and I remember
Sarah was like, "Bitch, back up."
Yeah, because like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Right.
Like, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna do shit.
Right.
And like, you're not just gonna step in front of my friend like that. Like, that's also another time where like, the line was drawn in the sand of this is not what you thought it was anymore. Like, we're not friends anymore. You're an asshole. And once I realized you're not my friend, what the fuck am I going to do? I must protect my friend. And since you're no longer my friend, it's me against you.
Right.
When you're coming from my friend.
Right.
And yeah, at the end of the day, moms really couldn't say anything. They ended the conversation with, I guess since nothing was signed, nothing can be done.
Well,
like, yeah, that's what we were saying.
Right. Let's not forget first how they tried to lie on us.
Yeah.
And be like, no way my daughter threatened you. And I was like, I have the receipts.
Literally.
We got the receipts.
We played that shit.
And they were like, oh my God. Because it wasn't either of the mothers who called us threatening us.
No, this was the random. I knew her voice. I had met her before.
Right.
I know what her voice was.
Right.
Like,
I remember you telling me, you were like, I know who this is.
Yeah. You guys.
I just can't. I mean, I'm so proud of us, but yes, we did trauma bond that day.
I just like to say, when that voicemail came in, I was fucked up.
We were fucked up. We were fucked up. We were living high on our decision.
We were literally wait. Oh, she said what? She said she was gonna barge into the house, come and beat our asses up.
Yeah, she was threatening me with like legal shit. And I
like, what the fuck are you gonna do, lady?
What?
It's insane. It's insane. So I guess what we really want to wrap it up and say that really think about the best, toughest friendships you have. And was there a moment where you trauma bonded at the beginning of the relationship? Because really, sometimes it has a way of bringing you two together.
No,
if you guys can partake in some healthy conflict resolution together, even though it wasn't healthy on the other side. But together, we were able to stick together and really fight off these fucking grown-ass adults. Like, it's just insane to me that we were able to do that at the age of 18. Oh, that's great.
Makes so much sense.
It really does.
Me.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I hate to say it. I feel like I have trauma bonded with a lot of my friends, especially because most of my friends come from when I was like younger, and I've just stuck with them, you know. But I'm happy to say, even though we trauma bonded, we got other happy bonds too. You know what I mean? It's not just the traumas.
No, it's
that
definitely
keep us together.
not.
And I feel like that's something also that I kind of want to speak about, because I feel like there's a lot of hype of like, oh, we trauma bonded, and it can be so negative. Like, yeah, it can be very negative, but as someone who has trauma bonded with people and then have also bonded in really positive ways, like it's a balance. You know what I mean?
It is.
And I hope you can differentiate when you have healthy times and when you don't have healthy times. And that's relationships.
It is, because, you know, when you experience joy together with people, that's your inner child's really intertwining. So I feel like it is really important to bond with people when it's just your inner child's at play together. Because just a different side of you comes out. And I feel like when you are trauma bonding, depending on what the trauma is, the fight or flight instinct of you comes out. So if you are able to let that person see you when you're in fight or flight mode and they don't judge you and you guys can work together, I think that's also very powerful.
For sure.
So both of those things I feel like are very, very important.
Because if you can speak through it, you can actually realize maybe what you were protecting for each other in that moment. You know, because I felt we were protecting each other in that moment. And I love, even though, yes, it was a trauma bond, I feel like I was protecting an inner child in you, and you were protecting an inner child in me. And you served as my family in that moment, you know?
For sure.
Like,
we didn't need them, even though we didn't. They literally, both of those pairs... First of all, those two birthed the other two.
Right.
So the fact that we were able to, literally, the fact that we were able to just keep it together.
Yeah.
And I don't even think I called anyone after that. Like, I didn't tell none of my family about that, because it's just not, they're not going to understand. I mean, who am I to speak on their behalf? But I will.
Yeah.
It felt good to handle it on my own. And like that, honestly, all my life since I was a teenager, I wanted to be trusted to handle shit on my own. And that was the beginning of me proving to myself that I can. And it felt really fucking good.
Yeah. I can even say I called my parents, but they did not say the things that I wanted. Right. I was like, fuck you. I'm not moving out.
They told us to go to the other room. I was
like, no.
You don't know me.
I was like, you don't understand. Goodbye.
Bye.
I was like, okay, me and Sarah got this then.
I'm sorry.
I was so irritated.
Like, why would I be a weak-ass bitch?
I'm like, oh.
That's not within me.
I'm like, did you hear what I said, though? Did you hear what I said that they said
that
to me?
Would set
you want me to back down?
Precedent of my life in college.
Goodbye.
No, I am a fighter. I
ain't gonna give up. I ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder.
Like,
what?
I don't know what to tell you. I work harder. I smell. My shoes better. No, yeah, fuck that shit. Absolutely.
I'm just so happy that we can grow from that moment, and I hope everyone can revel in, you know, the Libra
Mercury retrograde
moment, and
the relationships that you have, you know,
yes,
the relationships in your past that have taught you something about yourself. Those connections that have taught you good or bad.
Yeah, or even too, if you feel like something keeps recurring. Like, sometimes I'll be honest, I have dreams. I have very vivid dreams. And sometimes I'm like, fuck, why do I keep dreaming about this?
Yeah.
And it was especially coming up during this retrograde. And I was like, okay, what am I maybe not recognizing from this pattern that I keep reliving, right?
Yeah.
I'm annoyed by the pattern, but what is it actually trying to teach me? And I want everyone to, like, maybe take a step back and think, if this is recurring, what is it maybe trying to teach me? Why is this coming up?
Yeah.
And understand why you made certain decisions and stand true in that. You know? Like, I feel like that's Libras, something Libras, when they're at their highest potential, they know, but can learn to grow, it's like Libras need to stand in their truth more.
Yeah,
you know?
stand
I feel
firmly in the decision that you made.
Exactly.
Even if it was wrong or you think it was wrong, like you made it for a reason. What did you learn from it?
Mm-hmm. And sometimes it can be maybe easier to fall back into patterns and be like, well, I like this. It's easy.
Yeah.
I challenge you to push past that.
Absolutely. And like one of the things I learned from that whole thing is that like I can stand up to anybody. You know, I always knew that about myself, but like I wasn't in an environment where I was around these older people and then also my peers at the same time. And I had to basically show my case, like really represent myself, like truly. Like my inner lawyer was like,
people were fucking challenging the fuck out of us.
I just knew that I had to stand firmly in the decision that I made. Like, I know what I did when I said yes to you. I know what I did when I posted it on Instagram. Like, one of the things that I value about myself is when I make a decision, I'm not hiding it from anybody. And if anyone doesn't like the decision that I made, well, guess what, bitch? You better tell them that you stand firmly in that decision because you did it. You can't back out now. Like, I hate people like that, that make bold decisions, say bold shit, and then when it's time to finally speak up for your actions, you can't, you can't do it, or you kind of, weasel your way back in, and it's like, I'm not that person, and that was one of the first times in my young adulthood where I proved to myself, I can stand up for myself, I don't care who's around, and fuck you for thinking that you can bully me or make me change my mind because you have your little mom over here. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Literally, like, fuck you.
Like, literally, like, fuck you.
I mean, I feel like damn near we did that, though. Like,
no, we really
in
did.
Unison.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. We said what was up. Like, points were made.
Oh, yeah.
And that is why that was the
even
most
their
awkwardest year.
Mamas was like, you made a point.
Yeah.
You can say shit to us as little fucking, not even little, because our energy is our energy, and it has always been loud and more mature than a lot of these people out here. But they were like, okay, you right.
Oh, man. I sometimes wish I could, like, I love the idea of time traveling just so I could, like, sit with myself and be like, what were you feeling? Like when it happened, like, I know it was awkward, but, like, how did you feel after? Like, you won.
Right, you won. How's it feel? I just want to say, too, I feel like there are times where adults are like, I'm right, and I know what's best. And that's really what they were trying to kind of...
Yeah.
They were trying to buddy up to their moms in that situation. And I'm so proud of us for not being intimidated by older generations.
Oh, yeah.
And that's something that I think you can see in us, like, in all of our videos, just in our essence in general. I don't care if you're fucking 2 years old or fucking 95 years old. You ain't gonna talk to me any kind of way.
I respect who respects me.
Yeah.
I don't respect my elders just because they're older. I don't give a fuck. You could literally be the most horrible person to live.
Right.
And just because I look at you and I see you're old, I need to act a certain kind of way. No. You need to prove yourself to me just as much as I need to prove myself to you.
Yeah.
You know, and truly they caught me at the right time because I've been waiting. I've been waiting to fight against an older person. Like it's hard doing it with your own family when you're that young.
Right.
So I was really just practicing. I was practicing. You were a good practice for me.
But too, I want everyone to like not be afraid to stand up to older generations. Speak your truth as a young person. Yeah. Because we were right.
Yeah.
In that moment.
And we knew we were right, so we weren't willing to just let it go because it was easier. And sometimes it's really easy to just give in. I get it. Sometimes people say, ignorance is bliss, or just like give in. Like, is it worth it? Okay, sure. For some things, maybe. But for most of the things in life, if I stood firm in my decision, why shouldn't I back it up? Why should I just give up because it's easy? No.
I hate that because I feel like their elder energy can make us feel like...
That's how they win.
Right.
I mean, they thought wrong. They thought I was their daughter or something.
Right.
I don't have to listen to you.
I am the captain now.
No, literally. I've been the captain.
Me and Sarah looked at the moms and the girls. We were like,
I am the captain now. And I'm pretty sure they like opened up. Remember, like we hid shit. They came and looked at the rooms to see how big they were, and we thought we did it right by hiding the bottles in our closet. They came and they opened the closet, and they were like, "Oh wow!" I'm like, you know what? This is the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Amen. This is my truth. I got the big room. I'm partying. I'm the captain now.
Right. The bottles are here. What I said is still true.
Yeah.
And your daughters ain't moving in here. Bye.
Nah.
I really do feel like sometimes that's the biggest advice I can give to people is to stand in your truth.
Yeah.
Even if other people are like, that's weird. Do
My
you, baby.
thing is,
do you, baby.
If you cannot stand up for yourself, don't expect anyone to stand up for you. I really feel that way. Like, at some point, you're going to have to stand up for yourself. Maybe your argument won't be the finisher, but I need it to be the starter. You know what I mean? I need you to make your case.
Get in there.
And sometimes I see someone making their case and I see that they're losing. I'm like, oh, I'm ready to step in for you. But if I see that you're not doing shit, sometimes it makes me angry. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Especially if I see that it's a pattern. If I see someone and I see they're getting bulldozed over, I will stand up for them. But if I see that it's a pattern, I can't respect you because at the end of the day, you need to be your biggest advocate. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, when people see that you have the ability to stand up for yourself, you will be intimidating to them. You know what I mean? And sometimes bullies, like, that's the best way to fight against bullies. Like, they see that all of a sudden you stand up for yourself and you don't take shit too seriously, they're going to be like, oh, shit. Yeah, oh, shit. Yeah, oh, shit. I'm not going to make this easy for you.
Right.
Fucking bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, I want people to guess, like, the signs of the girls that we didn't really say much about.
I'm trying to remember what was.
Okay, so, and we just actually just confirmed that they were both the same sign. And we totally, Guess the sign.
Guess that sign. Oh my gosh. How did I agree to that? Because I love you. I'll never forget how they were kikiing up in there, though. And
oh my god. Yo, we should tell the story also. This nah, maybe it's too much if we talk about it the whole time. Well, you know, no, it's too messy. I don't want it to be the whole episode about her. But when the dude came up and his hair was falling out.
Oh my god. Okay, if we see two people guess, even two, guess what their sign is, I think we should talk about it in the next episode.
That's what we'll do, you guys. So if two people guess the sign right, we will tell you a really good follow-up story about how, oh my, I don't even know how to set it up.
I know. I mean, just a really juicy follow-up story, okay, that you want to know.
Yeah. Oh God.
That you want to know.
Exactly.
That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I can't say too much else without giving it away.
It's
like,
just
you
really
just need
good.
the surprise.
It's really good. And there's a lot of them, but this is the one we thought of.
God.
And we don't want to make the whole podcast about that. Even though most of it was about exactly that.
Right. No. I do want to say something, though, that I feel like is important, that is a random topic to just throw in there with all of our very deep shit that we talked about actually today. Okay, so I want to talk about student loans. Because we actually haven't talked about how the fact that they got canceled, right? And they trying to,
do the thing. Not all the way, but
and help the people out.
Still really great.
Right. But I learned that you have to apply for it to actually be taken away. So I want to remind everybody.
Not everyone.
Oh, okay. Yes. So there are some that I forgot.
So, like, if you got Pell Grant, or even just if you got Pell Grant, if they have your information, you don't.
Right.
So, really, you should just go check if they have your tax information, your income information.
I do have to apply because I don't have Pell Grant. So, I just want to say for people who may think that you're getting it, because that's what I was thinking 2 weeks ago.
Do that extra diligence and go check.
Because you have to apply, and it's a very short period of time that you can apply. So, make sure that you do that so you can get that money.
You can get that money, and also like when the pause stops, you're not like kind of rushing, and I assume other people are rushing around that time, and then maybe there's going to be like 1 month that you still have to pay because you didn't apply for it soon enough. So the pause is stopping in like January. So be ready for that, and I believe you have to apply by like October at some point.
Yes, it starts in October, so look for it on October 1st. I feel like it's a very short window, so make sure
you're on it.
Doing that, okay?
Yeah.
Because I know I didn't know about it before, and I'm like, I need the people to know.
The thing I saw that Joe Baby is doing, he's capping insulin at $35 for people that are on Medicaid.
Fuck yeah.
Or Medi-Cal, one of them. Either way, amazing.
As it should be.
And listen, I'm not saying he's the best president. I'm not saying any of that shit, but I will say I do appreciate the things that he is doing this year.
Yeah.
And he's finally putting his money where his mouth is.
Right, making some fucking moves.
You know what I mean? That's more to say than some other presidents that we've had. So I appreciate it. Please continue to do more. But
yes.
From what we're getting, we do appreciate it.
Right. Maybe a little faster, but that's just me. That's just us millennials, us Gen Zs. Y'all be moving slow or whatever.
All right, people. Thank you for kicking it with your girls. We love y'all so, so, so much. Don't forget to comment down below about any of the shit we were talking about. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, anywhere else, go to our YouTube channel and comment. We love hearing y'all's thoughts. Don't forget to share us with your friend. Leave us a review wherever you're listening. Your girls would appreciate that so, so much.
So much. Have a great freaking weekend. You made it through another week.
You did that shit.
We just
live it up.
We proud of you. We love you. And yeah, live your best life.
Bye.